Welcome to my channel again. This is Satoshi Sensei. Okay, so today episode we have our episode 2 of our Pokemon Yellow, and we have interesting lessons that I'm gonna teach you today. Okay, so if you're not subscribed to my channel, please visit my channel Satoshi Sensei for more interesting lesson and about updates with our free Nihongo class. Right now we have our batch 12 and we are having a good time. So if you are available, you can still catch up with our 1 week trial class. Now, last time, let's have a recap. Professor Oak welcomed us to the Pokemon world. Hajimemashite, Pokemono Sekai e yokoso. Then he also introduced himself and how he was called by people. So let's have this one, our new. So he introduced us tell us about what awaits us in the Pokemon world. Let's pause the video and let's try to read first the kanji. Okay, I know that you had a challenging lesson or of the kanji that you have, but don't worry. As we keep on practicing this, we can read it fluently. How about now? Let's read it with Furigana. Let's pause the video and let's practice again. Okay, there you go. Now, let's try to read it now in Romaji. この世界にはポケモンスターと呼ばれる生き物たちが至るところに住んでいる。そのポケモンという生き物を人はペットにしたり、勝負に受かったり、そして私のこのポケモンの研究を知っているというわけだ。Let's go with our vocabulary. And through this vocabulary, we are going to learn the particles in this lesson. So first is we have our demonstrative kono, this. So every time that we use our kono, okay, it always partner with our noun. Okay. So as we check here in this lesson, we have our kono, followed with our noun here is sekai. Okay, sekai here is our noun. So it means sekai here, it means world. World. So we're saying this world. The ni is actually a particle for the place of existence, but every time we put another particle wa, we emphasize this world. Then Pokemonsta, Pokemonster, and to is used for coding. So here is our yobareru to be called. Okay. Then ikimono tachi, it means living creature. Ga is for our subject marker here. Then we have our itaru tokoro, everywhere or all over. Then ni is our place for existence again. Sundeiru, living. Then same thing with our kono. This is also same thing with sono. This is also a demonstrative, but that we use sono if that is pertaining where the listener is or that is near to the listener. Same thing with sono, it should be followed by another noun. So if you're gonna see here our sono Pokemon, it followed by another noun. Same thing with our kono sekai. Kono and sono and ano are always followed by another noun. Then we have our toiu, it means to be called. So we use this one if the person is not familiar to what we are saying. Since it's our first time, our Professor Oak assumed that it's our first time to visit in the Pokemon world. He assumed that we are not familiar to the Pokemon. That's the reason it was called toiu. So we don't use toiu if we know that the speaker is already familiar with what we are saying. For example, I know that you are familiar with the Avenger, then I said that toiu for the Avenger. We don't have to say that because we only use our toiu if we know that the speaker or the listener instead is not familiar to what we are saying for our toiu. So we have here our wo is for our particle for the direct object, followed by our hito, people. Then we have our wa for our particle for our topic marker. So it's as if that we're saying here for our hito. Okay, this will be our topic. Our topic is hito. Then the rest of the sentence here, that is actually we assume that will be the explanation of what we want to say here. This is the whole explanation of the hito. So every time that we see the particle wa. Next one is our petto, is for our pet. Okay, pet. And for our ni, this one's a function as in the rule of for this sentence. So we're saying here that Pokemon as a role as a pet. Then we have here our shitari. So we are using our shitari for this verb to do something, but it means that there are a lot of things or there are a lot of functions of Pokemon, but we are giving only certain or few examples of it. But in fact, we can have used the Pokemon for other reasons. Like what? We have here for shoubu. It means match or game. For our shoubu, if we're going to look at it, the kanji, it has two kanji that corresponds here. First is our kanji of to win, and another kanji of, we have the kanji of to lose. So to win and to lose, they are combined. It will become shoubu, it means battle. Okay, so we have here for our shoubu, then ukattari, to pass or to win. So we are seeing here in this sentence that shoubu ni ukattari, okay, it means to win or to pass the game. Okay, so the particle that we use this one is ni, okay, because that is our goal to win in the battle, to win in the battle. Then followed by our soshite, it means additionally. So that is not only limited to be a pet and also to win for the battle, but we have another thing here that Professor O that he wants to say about the Pokemon world. So what he says is about watashi. Watashi means I. Okay, I. So he's pertaining here that this Kenkyu, okay, this Kenkyu, let's go back in our sentence. Kono Pokemon, okay. So we're saying that this Pokemon research, okay, Pokemon research, because we have our word Kenkyu. Kenkyu, it means research. Then shiteru, it means to do the research. So it means researching. Toiu wakeda, this is why, or it is the case that. So let's try to combine all together. So the closest translation that in English is, the world is inhabited by creatures called Pokemon. For some people, Pokemon are pets. Others use for fights. Myself, I study Pokemon as a profession. So we know now that the goal of, or we are going to help Professor O to collect a lot of Pokemons in order for his research. Now, let's pause the video and let's try to read this following kanjis. Okay. Now let's try to read it in hiragana. Let's pause the video. Okay, very good. Now let's try to read it now. Let's see if you are able to read it well. Dewa hajime ni kimi no namae o oshiete morao. Morao. Okay. So we have here our dewa, like saying well then, well then. Then hajime ni is to begin. To begin. Then we have kimi, it means your, okay, your or you, okay, you actually. Then we have our namae, it means name. Then our particle no, we talk about that, it means to connect to noun, so it means your name. Then oshiete morao, the te form of oshiemas, okay. We're going to discuss our future lessons about the te form. And you can also visit our lesson 1 or part 1 because I discussed about the te form when we're connecting two verbs there. This one is also the same thing here. We're connecting two verbs. We have oshieru, it means to teach. Then morao, it means to receive. So to receive of telling. Okay, so that will benefit, or that will become to consider the goodwill of saying to me your name. So I like saying first, what is your name? Okay, let's pause the video and let's try to read these kanjis. Okay, now let's try to read it in hiragana. Now let's try to read if you're able to read it well. Namae koho. Okay. Namae, it means like saying your name. Then koho is to pick because this is our list. Okay, these are the name that you see on the screen right now are all lists. Okay. So either we can use this one or the rest of here. So we have our word here, our koho, it means to pick. So let's pick which one do we have to jibunde kimeru or the following names here. Jibunde kimeru, it means to decide for ourselves, no? Then after we decide for ourselves, that's the time that we can put our information. Now let's pick our name. Of course, we're gonna put Satoshi. Okay, so now let's see what will happen now to Satoshi in this time. Let's find out what awaits him to the Pokemon world. So stay tuned for more lessons and be subscribed in our channel. Okay, see you in our lessons. Matai masho!